This is a demonstration of the Doboy HS-BII portable handheld rotary heat sealer, sealing a 5 mil thick foil laminate drum liner. This drum liner has been placed into a garbage can for demonstration purposes, but it would normally be used to line a 55-gallon drum. We're going to be using the Doboy HS-BII sealer. We're starting the temperature of 300 degrees for the initial seal that we're going to make. We may need to adjust that. I've pre-adjusted the heater bar gap setting, which is the space between the heater bars inside the HS-BII, to 25/1000 of an inch. That's 0.025 inches. And that's the space that the material will pass through as it's heated prior to it being fused together by the sealing rollers inside the HS-BII. The drum liner would be inside of the container and be filled with product. It would be important to pull the bag top taut and to burp out as much excess air as possible so that when you seal it you don't entrap too much air. When the bag top is prepared for sealing, it should look about like that, so that you have a nice straight line that you can run the sealer down to make the seal. When we feed the bag into the sealer, we're limited. The maximum bag height can be right about here. The seal is going to occur right about here. It's a 5/8 of an inch wide flat seal. Put the drum liner like this. I'm going to pick up the handheld sealer. It's been preheated about 4 or 5 minutes to get up to a temperature of 300 degrees for this initial test. And I will insert the top of the bag into the infeed end of the machine. The carrier belts will grip the top of the bag, and I'll guide the sealer across the top of it. Let it lead right off the edge of the bag. When it's clear, I can pull the sealer back. The resulting seal from the HS-BII is 5/8 of an inch wide. You can see it's a flat seal. It should feel not at all. You should have a nice straight line and a firm bond from one side of the bag to the other. I'm going to trim this off and do a few more seals just for the sake of demonstrating it. It does look like the 300 degree temperature that we used as a starting test temperature works very well on this material. I'm going to make this seal head on to the camera so you get a different perspective. It would also be possible, if we did need to just take a small thief sample from the drum, you could just cut a corner or part of the bag top off, as long as you have a straight edge that the sealer can ride along to make the final seal. You could not necessarily need to trim off the whole bag top. So I'm going to take the infeed of the sealer and introduce the bag to it. And I'll guide the sealer along the top of the bag. You want to make sure that your cable is dressed and out of the way so it doesn't snag on anything as you move the sealer along. And here again we have a nice flat 5/8 of an inch wide seal. I'm going to trim the bag top off again. This time I'm going to introduce a wrinkle or two into the top of the bag. Invariably you will get a wrinkle here or there. As long as your temperature and your gap setting is adequate, the HS-BII will deal with wrinkles. So to make a seal with a wrinkle, I'm just going to try to misalign the top of this a little bit. It will ensure as we come along here that we'll encounter a wrinkle or so as the sealer moves across. In this case, you can see the wrinkle that we intentionally made in the seal. There's also a bit of an extra fold here at the infeed of the bag. You can see, despite the wrinkle, we have a durable seal there. Same thing with the seal that we made here in the middle of the bag. Got our good seal right up to the wrinkled area. Of course, there's a flap of film that folds up, but if you look at that, you can see that there's a good seal, in the wrinkled area, right up to the point where all the layers meet, and we've got a good durable bond in that area where there might otherwise be a pinhole leak. We don't get that with the HS-BII because we have the point-on-point compression of the compression rollers. And then we finish our seal across the bag. Here you can see a few wrinkles in the film. Nothing major over here, but again, we've got a durable bond between the two sides. So that's the Doboy HS-BII portable handheld heat sealer being used to seal a metalized foil drum liner.